Hey guys, it's Serena. Happy New Year, everyone. Today I wanted to do a 2023 recap and just welcome the new year of 2024 and talk about my New Year's goals and resolutions for this year. I just wanted to take the time to reflect on everything that happened in 2023 and kind of document it. I know I have all my videos to show what happened in 2023, but I wanted to just sit down and kind of like reflect and talk about it. Let's start with a recap. In January of 2023, last year, I started the year with going to Chicago with CSC for retreat. At that time, I didn't know that I was gonna be moving to Chicago by the end of that year, and it's just so crazy to think about because every single year that I had visited Chicago, I had thought to myself, wow, I would love to live here. That was a really great time with CSC, and just the rest of the year with CSC, I've loved being with CSC, and honestly, I really miss it. For those who don't know, CSC was the Chinese American Student Coalition that I was in my undergrad, and the biggest thing in January was I started my last semester of college and my camera died. Okay, anyways, it was so crazy to think about it being my very last semester of college and probably education because I have no idea if I'm gonna do grad school. I probably won't, but we'll see. That's a later life issue. My last semester of college, and I just realized I had to cherish every single moment of my last semester of senior year and my last semester of being a college student overall. In February of 2023, the unimaginable happened at MSU. MSU experienced a shooting on campus, and at that time I was on campus in one of the dorms doing an event with CSC actually. It is 1:27 and there was an active shooter on campus.
Well, I like your pants, guy.
Like 5 hours ago. Susan and I were in the VC room, locked there for 6 hours. Literally the scariest shit of my life. And it's just thinking back at it, I never thought that I would have to sit in a classroom thinking about whether or not I was going to make it out of there alive. I will never forget what happened. I'm not going to talk too much about it. Don't want to make this a really sad video, but I just wanted to acknowledge that it happened. So let's go to March. March, I had spring break and my friends and I went to New York City. My roommate at the time, Joanna, and I, we went to New York with some of our other friends and we visited our previous roommate, Serena, as well. And we went to New York. We went and got so much food every single day. I think I spent like over $1,200 on that whole trip just on like food, the flight, and the hotel. It was an amazing and well-needed trip. Did I spend too much money on food? Probably. But does it matter? Yeah. I just had a good time. In April, my family and I drove all the way down to Myrtle Beach for my sister's powerlifting competition. It was kind of a quick trip, honestly. It was like 4 days. I got to see Myrtle Beach, but honestly, it was so cold that like, I don't really think I enjoyed it that much, but it was a fun little trip with my family. And then I think the highlight of my year was May of 2023. That was when I graduated from Michigan State University with a degree in marketing. I couldn't believe that it was graduation already. Like, when you're a kid, you know the year that you graduate high school and you know the year that you potentially will graduate college, and it was that year. It was the year of 2023 where I graduated college. It was so crazy and it was just so surreal for me to realize that I was graduating. Honestly, graduation was so long, like just for the 10 seconds of you walking on stage. So worth it though. But honestly, the most expensive piece of paper that I'll ever purchase in my life. Graduation happened, it happened so fast, and honestly, I was just so sad about graduating because as much as I wanted to be done with school and move on to the real life, realizing that so much was going to change in my life, I was excited, I was scared, I was so nervous for adulting. I don't think anyone is prepared for adulting. I don't think anyone tells you how to adult. So graduation was just so happy for me. It was sad for me because I didn't want to leave. It was just so many emotions. But it happened, and then right after graduation, the day after, me, Joanna, Serena, and Courtney, we all flew to Korea, and I had the best Asia trip ever with my friends. We went to Korea and Japan for a month, so we spent 3 weeks in Korea. We spent time in Seoul, then we went to Busan, and then we went to Jeju, and oh my gosh, if you guys watched my Korea videos, I got food poisoning, and it was like the first time I ever had food poisoning in another country. It sucked. Korea was amazing. I got my hair done for the first time, dyed my hair for the first time, so best trip ever. And then we went to Japan, and although I was in Japan with food poisoning still, it kind of sucked because I think I remember we had a 26 course omakase, and I couldn't eat it all because I was so sick to my stomach, but it was still a good trip, and I really want to go back to Japan and just eat all the food again. In June, after coming back from my trip, my family and I went on a cruise. It was the first time that anyone in my family went on a cruise, and it was the best week of my life. I had no Wi-Fi. All I did was eat, sleep, and just relax. Best trip ever. It was so needed. I still have a vlog from it that I still have yet to post, so that will be coming soon. I know it's like half a year later. July was when the real adulting started. I started my first full-time out of college job. I moved to headquarters along with 6 other people who were starting the program with me, who have now become some of my best friends at work. We got to live in an apartment together. We were like 5 minutes from the beach. It was so nice, and we did 3 months of training there. Honestly, one of the best experiences ever. And then in August was when I found out where I was moving for my job after training. I originally was supposed to go to Cincinnati. Well, I was excited. I wasn't as thrilled as when I found out I had the opportunity to go to Chicago. So after 48 hours of deciding what I was gonna do, I decided to go to Chicago, and that is where I am now. I was so happy that I decided on Chicago. I made the move in September after we finished training. From September till now, I've been adjusting to my job, adjusting my life in Chicago, and honestly, I've been having a great time here in Chicago. I've been trying to meet new people. I've met some people that I knew from college. Honestly, it's been kind of a hard transition into adulting. I've been thinking about what my 20s is gonna look like and how my adulting adventure is gonna look like, and I really do miss undergrad. I miss the chaoticness. I miss all the things that I was doing with the clubs and the events I had, and now it's just kind of I wake up, go to work, come home from work, work out, eat dinner, and then repeat. And I know that's, you know, what part of adulting is, but it's been hard to navigate it through. It's been hard to not be surrounded by people that I knew all the time from college, and that leads into my New Year's resolutions and my goals. Also, by the way, if you guys hear squeaking, my chair is so squeaky. I need to get a new one. Let's talk about my New Year's resolutions and my goals. Every year, I think about New Year's resolutions. I think about the same ones. This year, I realized I have new ones. My first resolution is going to the gym. I've been saying this every single year. Recently, I've gotten a gym membership, and last year I did start going to the gym, but I didn't really take it seriously. This year, I want to work on building muscle, building strength. I have the worst upper body strength. I could not lift anything for shit. So I got a gym membership, and I've been pretty good with going. I'm trying to go at least 3 times a week for now, and then hopefully 5 times a week. I've been trying to go after work, and it's so hard to go because it's like dark and it's so busy, but I gotta push it forward. My second goal is to join a theater class. I've been really into acting. Honestly, I wanted to be an actress as a kid, but went to school for marketing, so we'll see what happens there. I do want to work on the acting path and hopefully get somewhere with it in terms of like it being a side hobby, or maybe being able to do a project with it one day. This year, I really want to join a theater class at the very least, and hopefully audition for something. And then my biggest and third resolution is becoming more independent. I am someone who is very extroverted. I like to do things with another person. I like to go out to eat with another person. I like to go grocery shopping with friends. I can never get myself to just go get food by myself or get boba by myself. I don't know what it is, but getting food or getting takeout is for me a treat that I do with friends. It's a social thing. So I've never been able to be okay with going out to eat by myself or getting takeout by myself. So this year I want to work on independence and work on being okay with not having plans on the weekend. It's been a while since I have just given myself a day to just relax, because my brain's like, oh, I need to fill it with plans. I need to meet someone, I need to see someone. I realized that in adulting, I'm not always gonna have someone with me, and I need to work on being independent. So actually the other day I went and got boba by myself, and I know it kind of sounds silly, but it was honestly an accomplishment for me, because just being okay with walking in the store, ordering myself boba, and just enjoying it in the store and in my car by myself. I've been seeing a lot of like people taking themselves on dates, eating at a restaurant by themselves, and that's something that I could not do, but I'm gonna make it a goal and try to get myself to do that. I'm so extroverted that like even doing things like that is so hard for me. that leads into my transition of adulting. I am at a stage of my life where I am navigating through adulting. I'm navigating through my 20s. I don't have this path of like, I'll be in school for 4 years for high school and then like going to college for 4 years. I don't have a structure. As scary as that sounds, it's also kind of exciting, but I realized that if I want to, you know, navigate through my 20s, I need to have goals. I need to set goals. It's gonna be so hard. I am so happy to have this channel to kind of navigate through my 20s and kind of document it and take you guys along my journey of navigating through my 20s. And then my last New Year's resolution is journaling. I have this journal and I really want to try to journal. I used to journal a lot and just like write about my life, and it's just so fun to like read about it later on. I'm trying to journal every single day. So far I've been able to journal every day this past week, but I want to journal and kind of just like write my feelings down and like hope that helps with everything that I'm going through. So I kind of just take 5 minutes at the end of the day and just like write down what happened, write down some highlights, and write down how I feel. My goal is to continue journaling. And look how cute this journal is. It's pink. It has a panda. This is so me. So those were all my New Year's resolutions, and I kind of want to talk about what I do every year at the beginning of the year. So something that I do every year is I write a letter to myself. This one was the letter I wrote to myself last year. I wrote it as Letter to Self 2023, and it's just so fun for me to read the letter at the end of the year and kind of just look at where I was at the beginning. I encourage you guys to also write a letter to yourself. I put it in an envelope, put it away, and then I don't touch it until the end of the year. This year I wrote a 3-page letter. It's literally 3 pages back to back. I kind of like write a recap of the past year, and I like to write predictions and talk about like where I am with life at the moment. Just a couple predictions that I'll share is I predicted that I will still be living in Chicago at the end of the year, hopefully, and I predicted that I will join a theater company or a theater class or acting class. So you guys should write a letter to yourself too. It's just so fun to like read and think about, wow, so much has changed in a year since you wrote that letter. 2023 was such a great year with so many changes and challenges and adventures, and I am looking forward to 2024. I'm a little bit nervous about this path that I'm going to take to become a little bit more independent, but hey, it's adulting. If anyone else is going through their phase of adulting and entering their 20s and just graduating college, let me know down in the comments below how you guys are navigating it, and also let me know what your guys' New Year's resolutions are or what your highlight of 2023 is. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!